I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with another order that I placed off of the Shop Miss A website. I wanted to get kind of a bulk of a bunch more of these sponges that I really like. So I bought, I want to say, maybe like 20 of them, but they're only $1.55 and their sales kind of run frequently from what I've noticed on the Shop Miss A website. So I bought a bunch of sponges. So I had actually hauled this sponge a couple videos ago and I liked it so much that I bought a bunch more. So that's kind of the backstory there. So it's the Microfiber Wonder Blender from AOA Studio. And again, I got this on the Shop Miss A website. So the one that I used to put on my foundation this morning is this one right here. And it's still a little damp, so I'll just show you the size comparison between a damp one and then kind of a dry one. But I like this shape of a sponge because this inner corner gets concealer on that inner portion right here by my nose and my eye really well. So I got a bunch of these, and this is the microfiber version, and as I had mentioned in that other video, I feel like these don't absorb nearly as much product because of that microfiber compared to others, which in return allows me to use less product, and then also it doesn't absorb my moisturizer, so my skin feels more hydrated. So again, I got a bunch more of these guys right here, and this one here I've been using for 2 weeks or so, and I just wanted to show you guys kind of the wear. There are a couple little slices and stuff in there. Granted, I am somebody who washes my sponge every day, so I'll take it to a bar of soap and really work it in there and wash it and squeeze out the water every single time that I go to use it. So that might have something to do with it. And then too, I always wonder, because I have this happen with other sponges as well, sometimes I wonder when I'm squeezing it if I'm not accidentally like digging my nails into it, which could be the case as well, but these are relatively inexpensive and I've really been enjoying them to put on my foundation and also my concealer. So I got a bunch more of those, and again, they are the Microfiber Wonder Blender from AOA Studios, and it does say, again, part of the proceeds will go towards protecting animals against abuse. So I thought that was nice, and it says on here too that these are made in the PRC. I also bought a couple other items from Shop Miss A from the AOA Studio brand. I got these 3D Faux Mink premium quality lashes. So this is a 5-pair pack and they were $7.55. And again, I think there was like 11 or 10% off or something like that when I purchased these. And it says reusable up to 10 times, multi-layered, lightweight, and they are very lightweight. And they're just a kind of a nice, affordable, everyday kind of lash. Everyday for me. They are a larger kind of eyelash, and I just wanted to put the ones that I had worn on the top so you can kind of see how much I trim off the outer edge right there. And again, 5 pairs for $7.55. Not bad. This is the style. Let me tell you what style this is. It's Jean, G-E-A-N lash 1630 right there, and they're just really kind of fluttery, pretty lashes. And then I also thought I would try out the AOA Studio Wonder Liquid Eyeliner. This was also super affordable, like in the couple dollar range. It's got a brush applicator, which is my favorite, and it's really inky and black. I have been enjoying it so far. It's what I have on my upper lash line today for a wing. And again, brush tip applicators are my favorite. I do feel like the end could be a little bit of a finer point, but I was able to get it to work out pretty well. The bottle says 0.17 fluid ounces of product, but that's kind of all the information that's on this liner. I'll probably have to look on the website to see if it's making any type of claims, but I find it's not like waterproof. If I were to take water and like it would smudge on my hand, but it has a nice staying power, and then just so you can kind of see the finish, it's not flat matte, but it's not super glossy either. But again, super affordable. It's got a brush tip. Not bad. I think there's a brown one, and if I make another order, I might try the brown one out as too, because I like a really dark, rich kind of coffee black brown eyeliner. So maybe I'll try those, but I got that guy as well. And then I got a couple things from Ulta. I wanted to try out the Jane Iredale Powder Me SPF Dry Sunscreen. And so this is actually a product. It wasn't packaged like this. This is a new kind of revamped packaging. It used to come in a larger jar with that large puff type of a deal. And I had used that for a while to both set my foundation, and also I used it as a finishing powder. I used to mix it with a more kind of translucent powder when I used it as a setting powder, because it's very thick, and that would be because of the titanium dioxide that is the bulk of the SPF in the product. And they've since revamped this product. So there are 3 refills. I didn't purchase the brush because those never work for me, at least how I want them to be, and I wasn't going to use them kind of as a touch-up sunscreen anyway. I wanted to use them as a finishing powder. I have tried these as a setting powder too, and again, it's just a little bit heavy. It's much too heavy for underneath the eye as well for me, so I'm not going to use it like that. But there's 0.26 ounces of product across 3 refills, and if memory serves me correctly, the old version of the Jane Iredale came with like 0.4 or higher. It was quite a bit of product that you got, so there's a substantial amount of product difference between the two in the same type of price range, because this is a pretty expensive product. So I'll just show you kind of what it looks like. Again, this is the Powder Me SPF Dry Sunscreen, and these are the refills. This guy is made in the USA, so I'll just pull one of these out here, and each refill has got 0.09 ounces of product, and for a loose powder, that's not a lot. This is what it looks like. So when I have used this after I had tried it as setting, which I found to be too heavy to go over directly a kind of tacky product, I find that I like to use this more so as a finishing powder. So anyway, if you take the little cap off, your product is in there, and what I've been doing is just dumping some in a lid of some type of loose powder and then using it that way. What I'm gonna do probably is I've got a couple used up powders that I might just dump all 3 of these refills into with a sifter so that it's easier to use. But it's a nice product for finishing, for that extra kind of physical barrier of SPF, but you are not getting bang for your buck with the new SPF powder from Jane Iredale like the old ones. Like I said, you used to get a whole bunch more product than what this is. So I'll just show you how they kind of come in here like this. And I'm still on the hunt for just a really nice, like translucent, light SPF setting powder. They're so hard to find. I remember Kogendo used to make my favorite one, and then they discontinued it. I've been on the hunt for one since then. I haven't found the perfect one. There's a SPF powder from, I've got it in this little case here. I think it's Suntegrity. And this is the one that I've been using recently as a finishing powder, and I just take a big fluffy brush in there and buff it in there and then buff it all over my face. And I typically use this all summer long because of how much I am outside. And this, I think, is an SPF 50. Same thing with this. I had tried to set my face and my under eyes with this powder when I first got it, and it's just much too heavy. So I enjoy using these type of products more so as a finishing powder. Anyway, that's a whole spiel. I also thought this new Essence Kissed by the Light Illuminating powder looked pretty. I thought it was one that I was going to be able to use as an illuminating bronzer or possibly a blush, but it doesn't show up very much on my skin as a blush. There's not enough bronze in here for sure to be a bronzer, and it's then too deep for a highlight. So I'm going to toy around with a couple other ways to use it, but this is this product right here, and it's got a total of 0.35 ounces of product, and this one is number 1 Star Kissed. I think there are 2 shades available, and this one is made in the PRC. So I'll just swirl it together. It's a thicker type of powder. You can feel kind of like some silicone type products in there. You know, maybe I could use this as an all over glow type of product. I think maybe next time I try this, that's how I'll use it, for kind of just an all over nice glow. Because you can see right there, it's not super shiny, it's not super blushy, it's not super bronzy, and it's, you can see it's too dark for a highlighter for me. So I'm just gonna have to toy around with it, maybe as a like a all over kind of shimmer powder, maybe on my neck or something like that. But that is the Essence Kissed by the Light Illuminating powder in Star Kissed right there. And then REM Beauty came out with some new lip products. So I picked up 2 of the new lip pencils, and these are At the Borderline Lip Liner pencils. There is 0.01 ounces of product in each one, and then these are made in the USA. So these are the box packaging right here. And then I have got a combination of these products on my lips today. So this first one is Harmonies, and that's the lip liner that I use to line my lips. And these have kind of like a matte grippy feel to them, and then they're a twist up. And when I had swatched these on my hands the other day, like they have a very strong like staying power type factor to them, and because these are a twist up and not in a sharpening pencil, I am a little worried that they might dry out faster than I would like. However, it does feel like the cap goes on pretty secure, so we'll see how it goes. I hope that they don't dry out, because again, they feel very long wearing both on the lips. I've had this combo on my lips for probably, what time is it? Geez, 4 or 5 hours, and the lip liner has stayed. I have reapplied the lipstick that I'm going to show you, but the lip liner I have not touched at all. So this first one is in Harmonies, and this is the more nude one of the bunch, and it glides on pretty decent as well. And then the other shade that I got is a nude pink, and this is in the shade Top Line. So that is the shade Top Line, and I've got Harmonies on my lips today. And the new lip product that I got is called the On Your Collar Classic Lipstick in the shade Kiss Me. So this has got 0.02 ounces of product in it, and this guy here is made in Italy. So this is the box packaging on this one. Again, this is the shade Kiss Me, and this is what I also have got on my lips today with the Harmonies lip liner. The packaging is super cool. Like I dig her packaging. And you can see the color through the little cap there, and this is a magnetic closure, so it's got a skinny bullet, and this has got a vanilla fragrance to it too. It's one of those warms my insides type of vanilla, so I love it. And then we'll go ahead and swatch it over here. So I think that this particular shade that I got would pull more pink if I use the more pink lip liner, or it looks more nude like on me when I use the nude lip liner. So it's a little bit versatile. I was hoping that it was going to be a little bit lighter than it is, but I can make it work. And it's got a nice shine to it. It's got great pigmentation, and actually the lipstick that reminded me the most of was the Hourglass lipsticks. I don't know the official name of these, but these ones right here, they're like the slim style lipsticks, and they're kind of, yeah, they're like the same exact size. So this is the Hourglass one right here, but I feel, let me swatch it. This is the first time. I don't think these are available anymore, but they have a similar like consistency to them. They're opaque and they're really shiny. So if you liked these, again, I'm not sure if they still sell these from Hourglass. Definitely try out the new ones from REM Beauty. I enjoy the formula. The only thing I wish different was there were more light colors, like more nudie colors, or brighter pinks, or like peachy type of shades and stuff like that, so that I could get a couple more shades that I would wear pretty often. And from what I can tell, this is the lightest shade available, and that is this one right here. Again, really nice formulation though. Again, I've been enjoying it quite a lot. So that is the On Your Collar Classic Lipstick in the shade Kiss Me, and I've got it on my lips as well. So again, with this packaging, very cute. So it's that guy right there. I also grabbed this new Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. It's from the Stitch cartoon, and this says Ohana on it, palette for eye and face. So this is the packaging, and Wet n Wild recently did a palette like this with Care Bears theming, and I had mentioned how the front was a sticker. This one is not a sticker, it's actually printed on the cover. So I like that, and the reason I could really tell about the Care Bears one is because underneath my sticker there were air bubbles. And I actually took a pin and popped a little hole in there so I could smush the air out. But anyway, this one is printed on the cover, which makes it feel a little bit more expensive as opposed to a sticker. It's the little things. Okay, anyway, there's a total of 0.69 ounces of product in this palette, and it is made in China. So that is what it looks like, and this isn't a bad palette. Some of the shimmer shades are pressed a little bit hard, but if you like take a more stiff shader and kind of jab your brush in there, it picks up and goes over a nice tacky primer decent. And I found the mattes to be quite pigmented and buttery. So there is one micro glitter in there, which I can always do without a pressed micro glitter in a palette, but it is this guy right here. And then there's one shade that's kind of like a matte sequin, which is this ice cream cone shade, but the shimmers that are in there are very, very fine. So I like the color story too. It's pretty summer inspired, and there's some pretty embossing in some of those shades as well, kind of from the cartoon. And I can make it standalone because of those two shades for me, but and these next ones. Yeah, it's like those shimmer shades. They're one that have got those kind of thicker silicones in them, and then on top of it they're pressed quite hard. If that relays anything about the formulation through the lens for you. And then here's that pressed glitter. Kind of reminds me of a one of the Colourpop palettes that just came out, which I'm yet to get my hands on. It's got a, well, I suppose coral, oranges, and blues are kind of the theming for summer palettes, right? But that is the kind of latest 15 pan from Wet n Wild right there, and it's the Stitch palette for eye and face right there. Next up, I purchased the latest launch from Sugar Drizzle, which you guys know how much I adore their eyeshadows. So this is their new Sugar Dreams Duochrome and Shimmer eyeshadow palette. So this is what the packaging looks like right here. And this does come with a sleeve on there too. This one's got a total of, it says 0.007 ounces each. But that's not a lot. I wonder if that's a misprint, because they are a larger pan style, or maybe they're going by a different measurement. Let's just go with 2.2 grams each. So I think it does mean 0.07 ounces. Anyway, and it also says that it is made in the PRC on there. So the actual packaging mimics the sleeve. And this is an all duochrome shimmer palette, which the shades in here are quite light for the most part, and it's the most beautiful pairing palette for lid shades with matte eyeshadow palettes, or matte eyeshadows in general. Some of these colors are they're just outstanding. So wait till you see the swatches. They're so pretty. So again, here's the packaging. It is a lighter weight cardboard, and there's a mirror in there. And then let's swatch these shades. They are just stunning. Aren't those beautiful? They are so beautiful. Aren't those stunning? They're really pretty eyeshadows. And then these next ones. And I've just been loving to pair this palette with all kinds of different matte eyeshadows. And then this last shade. Just stunning. It is so pretty. Like when I look at the swatches, like even just on my arm, I don't even want to wipe them off. Really pretty palette though from Sugar Drizzle right there, and that is the Sugar Dreams eyeshadow palette right there. And that's actually everything that I got in that I purchased this week. And then I've got 2 PR packages. This first one is from Colourpop. They sent me over their Opal of My Eye collection, which is a very opalescent, sparkly, pretty collection. This is the card that came in the box. It says Shell Yeah on there. So there are 2 pressed powder palettes, the Soul Mega Highlighter, Super Shock Face Quads, there are 2 of those, and then So Glassy Lip Glosses. This is our newest gloss formula, amps up shine in a finish that's glassy AF. So there are 3 shades of those. I'll start off with the So Glossy Lip Glosses. The packaging on this is really pretty. So there's a total of 0.2 ounces of product, and all Colourpop products are made in the USA. The packaging on here has got seashells on there, and then the actual packaging has got like this opalescent lid, and there's a seashell on there as well. So again, these are the So Glossy Lip Glosses. So they actually look all like they're a whitish color, but they're a duochrome, so each one shifts a different color in the light. So we'll start off with My Goodies. That reminds me of that. It's a Ciara song, right? Yeah, My Goodies. Anyway, this is My Goodies right here. And this is the one that shifts pink. It's got a pink kind of pearl in it. There really isn't a smell to these either. And then this next one is Beach Please. And this one has got like the purple kind of shifting in it. Right there. So that one is Beach Please. And then the last one has kind of got the golden shimmer to it, and this one is called Sunshine Required. And that one's got the gold in it. Should I put one of these on? You know what, my look is quite purple today, so let's put on a little bit of the not Beach Please. Let's put on, yeah, let's do Beach Please. I think that one's kind of the bluish or the purpley type of colored one. I'll just put on a little bit here, just so you guys can kind of see them. So those are the new So Glossy Lip Glosses right there. And then there is one product from the Soul collection. This is the Soul Body Skinny Dippin' Shimmering Body Powder. There's 0.35 ounces of product in this guy. It's got the seashell and then that opalescent packaging to it. And this guy here is a really pretty peach. There's a ton of sparkles in here. I've gotten these in the past where I actually use them like Super Shock highlighters. Although I'm a little hesitant because these ones have a pretty strong like beachy coconutty type fragrance to them, and so I'd only use them for like one day and I wouldn't use them consecutively like on my face because I was scared I'd get a breakout. But they are marketed as shimmering body powders, so give you a swatch. This is really pretty. There are some like micro glitters in there and it's really, really shiny. It's got this peachy kind of coloring to it right there. That is the Skinny Dippin' Shimmering Body Powder right there. The collection also came with 2 of the Super Shock highlighter quads, so there's a total of 0.46 ounces of product in here. And this is what the box packaging looks like on these. So I've got a bit of both of these on my cheeks today. I've got the shade Layin' Out from the Shell Yeah quad. It's this one up here. I've got that on as a blush today, and then I've got on the lilac shade Snow, is it Beach? No, Squad. This one right here from the Might As Well, and that's the highlighter that I have on my face with the purple hint to it. Very pretty. These pick up on a brush for me really well, and they buff on the skin really nice too without moving my foundation underneath. So we'll start off with the Might As Well one, which is the lighter of the 2. I wore this one yesterday as well. Super, super pretty. Every shade in here I can wear on my skin tone, and they're very, very shiny. Very pretty. Like that wet look highlighter for sure. So this is the one that I have on my cheeks today for a highlighter. And they all just kind of have a little bit of a different tone to them. So that one is the Might As Shell Super Shock Quad right there. And then the deeper of the 2, which has got more like blushy shades or like possibly eyeshadows for me, is the Shell Yeah Quad. And again, this is the shade that I've got on my cheeks for blush today, is this one right here, which has got some really pretty shimmers in it too. This purple is just stunning. So that one right there is the Shell Yeah Super Shock Quad. And lastly in that collection there are 2 pressed powder palettes, and these are the 6-pan palettes. I haven't gotten any of these guys just yet. I know that there are 3 other ones that came out previously to this. So these are the Shell Shocked pressed powder palettes. There's a total 0.28 ounces of product in there, and then this is the packaging. So I've got a little bit of both of these. I have got the deep matte brown that's in the What the Shell palette in the crease today, and then everything else came from this more cool toned one, and this is the Shell Shocked palette, because this shade kind of is more of a blend out for me than deep enough for the crease, so that's why I brought in this kind of deeper matte brown from the What the Shell quad. So I've got these 2 palettes on my eyes today. So we'll start off with the Shell Shocked pressed powder palette, and it's got this acrylic packaging. This one's got 2 Super Shock shadows in it, which I actually used on my lid, and I've had this on for quite a while, and I did put on my CoverGirl primer, which is a creamy kind of emollient primer, and I didn't set it because I like to use powder products directly over that, and I used these Super Shocks directly over that tacky primer, and I'm surprised that I don't have more creasing than I do for as long as I've had these on. Like I should have probably set it and then went over it, or either just omitted putting on primer on my lids, but I kind of wanted to test the waters. So I did use these Super Shock shades right here, which are this guy and this guy, on the lid directly over the CoverGirl. So that's the shininess that you see on my lid, and those are the 2 shades in this palette that are the Super Shock formula. And then these next ones, I do want to get my hands on the other 3 9-pans that are kind of like this from Colourpop. Look at how pretty that shade is. That's the shade that I've got primarily on the lid. And then this last shade here. So those are the swatches right there of the Shell Shocked pressed powder palette right there. And then the other one is called What the Shell, and this is the warmer of the 2. This one's actually got 3 Super Shock shadows in it, which are these 2 shades right here, and then this center shade have got the Super Shock kind of spongy texture to it. And these next ones. And then this last one, which again is the one that I've got through my crease today. So that one right there is the What the Shell pressed powder palette from Colourpop. So that is the latest Opal of My Eye collection from Colourpop right there. And as always, a huge thank you to Colourpop for sending over that collection. And then lastly is a PR package that I received from Youth to the People. They came out with a new face cream. So I wanted to show you guys this packaging because they always send the, like, it's some cool packaging. So this is like a, am I gonna get it right? What's a 6-sided octagon? Hexagon. And then inside you have got your cream that was on one side, and then all around the box here is the information pertaining to their new cream, which is called the Polypeptide-121 Future Cream. Strengthen, firm, moisturize, plant proteins, biotech collagen moisturizer. So it's a 2 fluid ounce jar, which is more than most. Most are, I think, 1.7 fluid ounces. And then on the back here, I just wanted to read to you guys. It says, the future is firm. This intensely moisturizing cream with peptides and ceramides replenishes critical moisture to help visibly firm, reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles, and strengthen skin's moisture barrier. With Polypeptide 121, a bio-designed vegan collagen fragment and plant proteins, it leaves skin looking healthy and rejuvenated and ready to face the future of the world. The future of the world? No, and ready to face the future world. So it says how to use AM and PM, apply to clean face. So I've only been using this at night, and I've been using it for about a week, and I haven't had any weird reactions. I've got very acne prone dry skin that I treat with acids and whatnots and stuffs and things. And I haven't been able to give up my Belif True Cream moisturizer, and I never really can. I always feel like I have to top off everything with a blob of the Belif True Cream moisturizer. So that's how I've been using this. And one thing that I did notice, I haven't, like I said, I haven't gotten any breakouts or anything like that. And my skin does feel quite hydrated. It doesn't feel dry. I don't have any peeling or anything like that. Granted, it is kind of the summertime. A lot of times with moisturizers and stuff, the telltale for me is fall going into winter. But anyway, I did notice something, and I was like, is that because my skin feels more dry? But my skin was not dry. It had a nice like sheen to it from being moisturized. My skin felt tighter. It did. It felt more firm. And I originally thought it was a tightness from dryness, but the only thing that I did was add an extra moisturizer in with my regimen that I had already been using, which is, again, I top off everything with the Belif True Cream moisturizer. So I think the cream actually just made my skin feel more firm in like a tightness factor, if that makes sense. That's the one thing that I majorly noticed from using this for like, I think I'm on day 5 of using it. So I found that really interesting. I hadn't changed anything else up in my routine except for the addition of this product. So it feels really nice. Again, I've got acne prone skin that I do treat with acids and benzoyl peroxide, and I do use a tretinoin, but I haven't had any breakouts from this product either, so I wanted to make mention of that. So it comes in a glass jar packaging, and it's quite a thick cream. Like you can see, it's not like going to come out or anything like that, but it also feels quite creamy while also being a thicker type of cream. And I've just been taking about a dime size blob of it and putting it on my skin as the second to the last step, the last step being the Belif True Cream moisturizer. So, and it's been working out, so I'll continue to use it because I haven't had any reactions or anything like that. And again, I did feel like this tightness in my skin, which I don't think is from lack of moisture because I'm adding moisture. Anyway, I already said that. So I'm going to keep using it, and hopefully I'll have a better update in my empties video, which the 2 bags are still sitting there and I still have to do that video. So that's the new Youth to the People Pro Grade Vegan Polypeptide 121 Future Cream right there. And a huge thank you to Youth to the People for sending me over their latest launch. And that is everything that I have for my video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.